I've been wondering if I shouldn't remarry. I've seen how you and that elf look at each other. I'm sure the last thing you need is your mother watching over your shoulder every time you come home.
Isabella, my dusky goddess, you have buried yourself in the flesh of my heart like a worm in a red, red apple. You heartworm, you.
Oh, look, my friend is here. Excuse me.
But I haven't gotten to the part where I invite you to feast upon my tender white flesh.
That's all right, I think I'll manage. Speaking of romance, you and Fenris, eh? That taut, controlled body, the brooding demeanor and intense gaze. I hear he still wears the shackles from his life in bondage under his clothes. You know what they say about men like that, don't you?
Keep it to yourself, Isabella.
You're no fun.
Keeper Marathari thinks an ancient Dalish ritual can help free Fenris, but someone he trusts must enter the Fade to guide him out.
I'm not afraid of demons.
The Fade is a place for mages, not for people like you and I.
Now, gather a team, and we will begin. Choose carefully, for all will face temptation.
I have no desire to explore the Fade, but if you need me, I will go.
Let us begin. You! Why did you interfere?
With my power joined to his, Fenris would have changed the world.
There can be no honest deal with a demon.
No? You think I will lie then, when I offer your friends what Fenris turned down? You think this slave would choose you over his freedom?
Cast your eyes elsewhere, demon. I won my freedom from the Magisters long ago.
But you fear them still. They have left their marks on your body and your mind. With my aid, you could be free forever. You could have power enough to challenge any who would chain you.
Turn on me, Fenris, and you'll regret it.
And thus you resort to threats? I have faced far worse than you.
And he is so free to condemn others for the same sin.
What would you want from me?
A moment of your time, nothing more.
I have been thinking about what happened in the Fade. I apologized for my weakness, but the more I think about it, the more I believe you are also to blame. Why did you take me into the Fade? We should have hunted the boy's body down and killed him.
If you didn't want to come, you should have said so.
I was willing to stand by your side. You shouldn't have been there in the first place. One day you will learn that not every mage is worth saving, Hawke. I simply hope we don't all regret the day you learn just how true that is. What? Why are you looking at me like that?
You're in love.
I am not.
Every time she looks away, you stare at Hawke with those sad puppy eyes.
There are no puppy eyes.
It's all right, you know. Even you can be happy once in a while. It won't kill you. But your face might crack if you smile, so be careful.
Hawke, I need you to give something to Guardsman Donnic.
Fine.
Thank you.
Guardsman Donnic.
Sir Hawke, it's been some time. I see your uncle now and then on my patrols, but we don't talk.
I'm just making a delivery. This is for you.
Is there a meaning to this that I should know?
Tell me this wasn't a waste of my time.
I can't do that.
I'm not seeing the sense to this.
You're back. Of course you are. You're efficient, get things done, good or ill. So, how did Donnic react?
As stunned as I was, I'll wager.
So much doubt. Unusual, but clearly important.
It's a dowry tradition. Maybe it will smooth the process.
A dowry? Then this isn't about accusations?
No, it's not.
She's courting the man, with a fear reserved for dragons.
I don't appreciate being led around like this.
It's not about you. It's not about anyone. Just me. I've been focused on being captain for so long, that's all I know.
But you were married, were you not?
That was a long time ago. It was easier, or seemed to be.
I can't imagine you having trouble speaking your mind.
It's just fear. I know it's foolish, but I can't get away from it. What about you and Fenris? How do you deal with the danger of your lives?
Maybe we're not the best example.
But you understand. I feel paralyzed. I hate it.
You keep staring at me. Is it my eyes again?
You're very lanky for an elf. I like lanky.
From what I gather, you like a lot of things.
Nonsense. But when I see something I like, I go after it.
I suggest keeping your distance.
Now you're just making it challenging.
Gasgard!
Hawke, what are you doing here? Do you have something?
I want this killer. And you're going to help me find him.
Why?
Not your business. Use the blood. I need to find my mother.
Stand back. If there is anything left of Alessa in this world, this ritual will find it.
Come back to me, Gasgard.
You'll let me be part of this. You'll teach me the secrets of necromancy.
I will keep nothing from you.
He has my mother. Get between me and him, and I will kill you.
I'm sorry, Quentin, but I can't.
You disappoint me, Gasgard. I always thought you, of all people, would understand. Do you know what the strongest force in the universe is? Love. I pieced her together from memory. I found her eyes, her skin, her delicate fingers. And at last, her face. Oh, this beautiful face. I've searched far and wide to find you again, beloved. And no force on this earth will part us.
Mother!
There's nothing I can do. His magic was keeping her alive.
I knew you would come.
I tried to find you.
Shh. Don't fret, darling. That man would have kept me trapped in here. But now, I'm free. I get to see Carver again. And your father. And you'll be here alone.
I should have watched over you more closely. I should have...
My little girl has become so strong. I love you. You've always made me so proud.
I don't know what to say, but I am here.
Just say something. Anything.
They say death is only a journey. Does that help?
How is that supposed to help the grieving?
It doesn't, but you asked me to say something. To be honest, I don't think there is much point in filling these moments with empty talk.
I wasn't expecting to see you so soon after... You know... I'm really sorry about your mother.
Tell me why I shouldn't rip you to shreds right here.
It's not my fault. I didn't know he was going to take your mother.
Fenris, what would you do to him?
That pain you feel is just the beginning, mage.
What do you want from me? Yes! I lied! I knew Quentin from the start! It was never about revenge. I never had a sister. The portrait in my house belonged to a woman I experimented on when Quentin refused to teach me necromancy. Killing me isn't going to bring your mother back.
It won't bring her back, but it will make me feel better.
And then Hawke tore the door clean off its hinges, walked into the room, and... I guess we'll finish this later.
Have you got a minute, Varric?
Don't make me break your heart again, Hawke. You know we'd never work out. Actually, I've been meaning to talk to you. People say you and that elf, you know, the angsty Tevinter one, are becoming quite the item. So, what's going on, Hawke?
My personal life had better not wind up in one of your stories.
Hawke, if I were going to invent stories about your personal life, they would probably involve the Grand Cleric. I know you don't listen to a damned thing I say, but you might want to be careful. You do know the elf is covered in spikes, like an angsty porcupine. He might have some issues.
We're done talking about this.
Right. Sorry I brought it up.
Are you certain it's her?
An elf matching your description on the ship you named. And alone, as far as I could tell.
I need to know if it's a trap.
I did as you asked, Fenris. Now it's up to you. You talk to him, Hawke. I've had my fill for today.
Fenris, first of us.
Swearing won't accomplish anything.
It's my sister. I didn't tell you, but I followed up on Hadriana's information. Everything she said was true. I had to keep it quiet, but I eventually contacted Verania and sent her coin enough to come meet me. And now she's here.
She was in Corinus after all.
My sister left Magister Ahriman's service, and I found her in Minrathous. That made things more difficult. But according to the men I paid, it's just as Hadriana said. She's not a slave. She's a tailor, in fact. Getting a letter to her was difficult, and she didn't believe me at first. But she's finally come.
Just standing here won't help.
It's not that easy. Come with me, Hawke. If this is a trap, I need someone who can fight to back me up.
I thought you said there was no point in meeting her.
I can't simply leave it like this. I have to know. If we go to the Hanged Man during the day, she'll be there, for the next week at least. I know you owe me no favors, but if we happen to go there anyway...
It really is you.
Verania? I remember you. We played in our master's courtyard while Mother worked. You called me.
Leto. That's your name.
What's wrong? Why are you so...
It's a trap.
Ah, my little Fenris. Predictable as always.
I'm sorry it came to this, Leto.
You led him here.
Now, Fenris. Don't blame your sister. She did what any good Imperial citizen should.
I never wanted these filthy markings, Daenerys. But I won't let you kill me to get them.
How little you know, my pet. And this is your new mistress, then? The champion of Kirkwall. Quite lovely.
I'm going to wipe that smirk off your face. Fenris doesn't belong to anyone.
Do I detect a note of jealousy? It's not surprising. The lad is rather skilled, isn't he?
Shut your mouth, Daenerys.
The word is master.
You are no longer my master.
I had no choice, Leto.
Stop calling me that.
He was going to make me his apprentice. I would have been a magister.
You sold out your own brother to become a magister.
Your sister's a mage. You bloody hypocrite. You really are just jealous.
You have no idea what we went through, what I've had to do since Mother died. This was my only chance.
And now you have no chance at all.
Please, don't do this. Please, tell him to stop.
You have this coming.
I would have given you everything. I thought discovering my past would bring a sense of belonging, but I was wrong. Magic has tainted that too. There is nothing for me to reclaim. I am alone.
I'm here, Fenris.
I feel unclean, like this magic is not only etched into my skin, but has also stained my soul. And now this. Let's go. I need to get out of here. Festus Paiumo Canaverum.
Let me guess. You're upset again.
It means you will be the death of me. 6 years ago, I decided to stay with you in part because I owed you, but I also thought you could help me. And you did. Hadriana is dead. Daenerys is dead. I am finally free. But none of it feels like it should. This freedom tastes like ashes.
I didn't tell you to do any of this.
And yet you led me, each step of the way. Ugh. You're not responsible for my misery. Why am I angry at you? I thought finding Verania would open up a new world, one that was lost forever. But it's gone, and I can't get it back. What do I do now, Hawke?
We're not exactly friends, Fenris.
Yet I respect you. Clearly you're doing something right. Perhaps you can see what I cannot.
You're asking the wrong person.
Clearly making decisions for myself isn't my best quality. Maybe it is time to leave this hatred behind. It's poison, yet I continue to swallow it. There is no one left to blame. What I have done to myself.
You don't have to go through this alone.
Don't I? We have never discussed what happened between us 3 years ago.
You didn't want to talk about it.
I felt like a fool. I thought it better if you hated me. I deserve no less. But it isn't better. That night, I remember your touch as if it were yesterday. I should have asked your forgiveness long ago. I hope you can forgive me now.
I need to understand why you left, Fenris.
I've thought about the answer 1,000 times. The pain, the memories it brought up, it was too much. I was a coward. If I could go back, I would stay. Tell you how I felt.
What would you have said?
Nothing could be worse than the thought of living without you.
Don't let it happen again.
If there is a future to be had, I will walk into it gladly at your side.